What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to Blazers Uprise Live. This stream might be slightly scuffed. My computer's been having a lot of trouble, so I don't know if it's going to quit on me or what's going to happen, but my computer is having a lot of trouble right now. That's why we're going live so late. Eric is not here, so it will be another solo stream. Hopefully there's no lag. If there is lag, hopefully it's the internet and not my computer, because my computer's been having trouble. Oh, just kidding. Alright, 5-minute ban for you. Thanks for that, bruh. God. So yeah, it's a rough day. Rough, trying to throw the graphics together and have my computer literally hate me. But the first game was going live at 4:30, so we're fine. No action has started. After we get through picks against the spread, we're going to talk trade rumors, and that's basically going to be the stream. What's up, Eric? What's up, Sad3J? What's up, Ian? What's up, Nathaniel? All right, so let's just jump into picks against the spread. Now, this is going to go by... Actually, I got to update these records because I haven't done this yet. But I will update the records right now. I'm basically going to be working on graphics while we stream. So it's going to be a little rough. It's going to be disconjointed. It's going to be slow. But it's what today is going to be, because I basically have my computer hate me all day long. All day long. So as far as... Let's just touch on the Nets while I update this. Let's see if I can multitask this. So Kyrie Irving is not playing for the Nets. He's not accompanying them on their road trip. He has a family matter to attend to. Don't know exactly what that entails, but he has a family matter to attend to. So, hopefully it's nothing too serious. But that means KD and Kyrie are both going to be out against the Blazers tomorrow. James Harden is the one guy you really gotta watch out for, so this is almost like, a Houston game from last year. If you remember the Houston games from last year, when we go up against James Harden, we would go into the game with a pretty good defensive game plan. Probably the best defensive game plans we threw out all last season. I think we could probably utilize the same things we did against Houston and James Harden last year against James Harden in this upcoming game, because he doesn't have a guy like Kyrie to take that heat off him. So it'll be interesting to see what the Blazers come out and do tomorrow night against the Nets. It'll be interesting to see what Terry Stotts comes up with. Definitely can't just run drop scheme all game long, but that should be pretty obvious. So hopefully it's not a shellacking like last game was. Hopefully we're able to be a little bit more competitive. That was a bit rough. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that game. Obviously we can't pick that game. Let me know in chat what you guys think heading into that game. If you guys are confident heading into that game, if you guys aren't confident heading into that game. And I will finish updating. You will hear a lot of keyboard during this stream, by the way. Fair warning. Yeah, as I said, scuff stream, so don't be too mean to me. I'm trying my best. You will hear a lot clicking and whatnot, by the way. As I said, scuffed. Joe Harris gonna kick us. That's another guy to watch out for. Ian. Joe Harris is one of the best shooters in the league. He's probably... Is he their second option without Kyrie and KD? I would think so. They don't really have anybody else that scores the ball at a really high level. Normally it would be Spencer Dinwiddie, but obviously he's out. Alrighty, there we go. I got this graphic done. Don't drive and type. Yes, do not drive and type. Driving and typing is not good. Oh yeah, they got Blake Griffin as well. He's already made his team debut in limited minutes. So it'll be interesting to see how much he plays and how well he plays, especially considering how bad he was for Detroit. It'll be interesting to see if he can kind of bounce back to the Blake Griffin he was a couple years before. I assume he's more of the Blake Griffin he showed recently, which is why I wasn't all that interested in him. But yeah, let's go to picks against the spread. It's almost updated. Just give me a second on this. That did not update it. Let me try again. I gotta fix my workflow and everything, man. It's getting rough. Okay. Yeah, for some reason this isn't updated. Let me try one more time. Let me save it as something else. Again, apologies for the scuffed stream. All right, there we go. That is our records from last, what's today? I'm all over the place. Last Monday, right? No, today's Monday. Last Thursday. I always forget when I get to that part. Like, I know what day it is, but when I'm streaming, I'm blank on that type of thing. So last Monday, you had the mods catch up to us a little bit. Me and Zach, aka Westbrook, are now tied. We're both a game behind Eric. Chat is still holding it down, but they were under 500. Hopefully that is a sign of change, and hopefully chat is going to start struggling. That is my biggest hope. So let's jump into picks against the spread. This first game is starting right now. I will likely have to update these top banners. As I said, everything is going to be scuffed. But there we go. You got Sacramento taking on Cleveland. Sacramento is a 4-point favorite. This game is tipping off at 4:30. Oh yeah, I got Eric up there, you know, so we're not alone. Basically making my camera fit all this in like how like narrow it is top to bottom just looks weird. So just figured I'd throw Eric up there. So anyway, I have Eric's picks and I have chat's pick. Or I have Eric's picks and I have Reese's picks that I will also have to filter in during this. So let me do those right now. Reese ended up going with Cleveland. Oh my goodness, that definitely was supposed to be updated. Definitely gotta change this up. My streaming software crashed. That gave me a lot of trouble. So I think everything I updated is likely not going to be updated. As I said, it's going to be a rough one today. But I will try my best to make it as smooth as possible. So, Trevin's going Kings. Eric went with the Cavs. I'm also going Cavs. So once we get Westbrook's and Chat's picks. Here is the problem. I've only created 3 of the top 8 banners. Wanted to go live, so we are going to take things a little slow here. I'm going to make these while we go along. It's going to be scuffed. Take a drink every time I say that word. But we're just chilling. Okay, so Westbrook is going Kings. It looks like chat is going with the Cavs. That is... Okay, Westbrook's going Kings, not Cavs. And then chat's going Cavs. So that's game number 1. Wait. Chat's going Cavs. Westbrook's is going... Zach's going Kings. Okay. Does everything look right on these picks? Because as I said, I am also trying to create graphics right now. Never wanted to have to do this while streaming, especially solo. Where's Eric? Eric is busy at the moment. I'm trying to trip you guys up. Yep. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Man, my computer is too slow to even make these. So honestly, I might just not even... I might just say the spread out loud at this point. Game number 2, you got... this is not right. Everything reverted. Sick. I love it. There you go. You got OKC and Minnesota. Minnesota is a 5-point favorite. I don't know injury status. Chat's going to have to help me out with this. As I said, this is going to be a scuff segment, but I don't care just as long as we get our picks in. Trevin's going Timberwolves. All right, so Trevin's going T-Wolves. I don't know. Dort is out. Minnesota's been playing better, but still that spread, though. I'll take Minnesota, though. They've been playing better. I picked against them, and it burned me in the past, so... don't want to make that same mistake. You got Westbrook going with Minnesota as well. Let's see. Eric went with the Thunder. Reese went with Minnesota. And then we gotta wait on chat. Eric's laggy. Yeah, Eric froze, man. I don't know what happened. You guys are really picking against the GOAT, Myers Leonard. Yeah, I wouldn't call him the GOAT anymore. Even as a joke. Oh, man. Eight, 7 for Wolves with the chat. All right, so chat is going Wolves. That is game number 2. Game number 3, let me update the top bar and fix everything as fast as I can. You got Charlotte taking on San Antonio. San Antonio is a 5.5-point favorite in this one over the Hornets. If there's any injuries, feel free to point them out in chat to help all of us, especially me. Westbrook wants to change his pick to OKC. Okay, Westbrook. There. Westbrook is going OKC. Trevin's going Spurs. I'm going to think about this pick. This is a hard pick. And I'm also going to try and finish the graphic for the next game. Oh, man. All right, chat's going Spurs. Let me see what Eric's and Reese's picks were. Reese went with the Spurs. This is Reese's double down, by the way. Eric is going with the Spurs. I'll also take the Spurs. And Westbrook, let me find your pick in chat. Westbrook is going Spurs. So it's a clean sweep for the Spurs. So now here's the point where things will get a little bit slower because these next graphics I haven't created. Actually, the Jazz and Bulls one I just created. Just a little behind schedule. Just wanted to go live before that first game tips off. So game number 4, you got Chicago, you got Utah. I'm saying screw the records at this point. We'll put them back in the next stream. Utah is an 8.5 point favorite. By the way, bottom bar is still not updated, so in case anybody was wondering. Trevin's going Bulls. I'll also go Bulls. Jazz have been struggling lately. The Bulls are close to 500. 8.5 point spread on the road. I'll take the Bulls. All right, so we got Westbrook going Jazz. Let me see Eric's, and Eric is going with the Jazz. I see Eric in chat. I'm just going back to Discord for his picks, just because he sent them to me. Reese is going with, where's it at? Chicago. And then we need chat. By the way, the multitasking I'm doing right now is extremely impressive. I wish you guys could see it. I'm on some next level stuff right now. AJ says, hey Tori, just wanted to say I really enjoy the stream, man. Keep up the great work. Appreciate it, man. Means a lot. Sorry this stream is it's a bit scuffed, but I'm doing my best. Glad you enjoy. Did my the last thing I need is my chat on my phone to freeze, so let me make sure that didn't happen. Connor says I should have cut out the bottom third of my camera. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it would have looked like. I guess that would have been funny. But I figured just put Eric instead. 9-0 picks for Eric. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. 9-0 picks for Eric. Chat is going with the Bulls. So you got 4 for the Bulls, 2 for the Jazz. Let me finish this graphic. I'm almost there. Sorry if my mouse is annoying. Going 9-0 today. Good luck on the 9-0. Hopefully you go 9-0, Eric. Hopefully I go 9-0 too. And then we can get closer to putting chat on bottom. Alrighty, so next game you got Houston taking on Toronto. This game's being played in Houston. Houston is on a 20-game losing streak. I don't know why I said 5. I don't know if they're wearing their blue jerseys today. I just only have a red background for Houston and a red background for Toronto, so I wanted to create some contrast. So Toronto is an 8.5-point favorite. Toronto hasn't been playing well either, so this is honestly probably the hardest spread of the day because you got 2 teams playing terribly. One team's been playing terribly and hasn't won since before the Super Bowl. One team is in free fall mode. Their production has just fallen off the cliff. Off a cliff. That's the Raptors. So yeah, I'm going to wait on this one. Westbrook is going with the Rockets. All right. Westbrook is going with the Rockets in their 20-game losing streak. Eric is going with the Rockets. Reese is going with Toronto. I don't know what I want to do for this pick. I'm gonna wait. Trevin is going with the Raptors. I hate this spread. I hate this. I hate trying to pick games like this, man. Because, like, one team's just been horrible. One team's been very bad. But the team's been very bad is favored by, like, an amount that just makes you have to really think about it. And then the more you think, the more you second-guess yourself. And then it's just, it's likely a loss, you know? So I might have to flip a coin. It might be a coin flip game for me. Because I don't even want to think about it. Thinking is gross right now. Eight, 7 for the Rockets. Because some Prosatori's doing 12 things at once. That's what it feels like, man. So chat's going Rockets. I'll go Raptors to make it a clean split. Raptors for a clean split. Now give me a minute while I get this next one going. The bakery is a little bit behind. Slightly behind. Apologies on that one. That graphic is so nice. Makes it a little easier not having to look up the records and then fit the records in when teams' names are super long. So I've thought about doing like their record against the spread instead of their actual record. I feel like that would be interesting to see, and that would help you make picks more so than like the actual record. I just don't know like the easiest way to find those, so to say. This next game is going to be Boston and Memphis. Boston, let me look up the spread right now. Memphis is a 2-point favorite at home against Boston. So let me finish this real quick. Just in case you guys wanted to start thinking about your picks. There we go. Alrighty. So game 6, you got Memphis, Boston. Memphis is a 2-point favorite against the Celtics. The Celtics are coming off a win. I am going to roll with the Celtics. That is the Hornets, but in 5 seconds, it's going to be the Celtics. There we go. Reese is going Celtics as well. Oh wait, Reese is in here? No, that was Westbrook going Celtics. I thought Reese wasn't going to be in here, but probably since I went live so late. But I'll still check Discord for you guys if you want. Let me know if you want to change it. Reese is going Grizzlies. Eric is going with the Celtics. Reese. The way you spelled his last name. You fired Reese, Belgian. What's up, RIP? Let's see if he pays enough attention to realize that's just a picture of Eric instead of actually Eric. So still waiting on chat. Grizz were winning 7-1, then Celtics had miraculous 7 straight votes to win, says Westbrook. Alright. What was Trevin's pick, by the way? I'm stalling. Giannis is out tonight, by the way. Good note for the next game. Reese, appreciate it. Appreciate the timing on that, too. That's actually pretty clutch, man. Good job. Way to step up and do your part. All right. Trevin is Grizzlies. Alrighty, so next one's ready to go. Alright, so Trevin is rolling with the Grizzlies. It looks like Trevin and Reese are alone on an island rolling with Memphis. So that is game number 6. Game number 7, you got... Oh, look, it's actually updated. Cool. Milwaukee, Indiana. Milwaukee is a 5.5-point favorite. RIP Eric, I agree. RIP Eric, man. Tragic. Maybe Tor decided it was easier to stream with cardboard, Eric. No, this is like the stream I need, Eric, because I'm like literally making these graphics as I go along, and that's not easy. That's definitely not easy. Yeah, in case you guys missed it, my computer's just having all sorts of issues apparently. Now it's fine, but it was having all sorts of issues. I've tried to kind of change the way I do these graphics, and now it takes a lot longer, unfortunately. It shouldn't, but it does. So yeah, I wasn't able to finish the graphics, so that's why we went live late, and that's why I'm still working on them right now. Giannis is out, by the way. Yes, Giannis is out. I am going to take the Pacers. Eric said he's going to double down on the Bucks. Do you still want to double down on the Bucks, Eric, or do you want to change that knowing that Giannis is out? Whoa, why am I so blurry? Hello? That was weird. Camera, focus, please. Thanks. Reese and Eric say your picks in chat. Double down on the Bucks still. Okay. Reese said he's going with Indiana, so I don't think that would change with the Giannis being out. If he didn't know, I'm assuming he probably did know. So there we go, Indiana for him. Why you got such a bad PC? I don't have a bad PC at all. I probably need to maybe just replace a couple parts just because I use it so much. But it's like I have like 50 Photoshop tabs open that I need to clean up. And like the way I set up my workflow is like very, very slow with the computer. Like it's a good computer, but it struggles with the way I've set things up, basically. If you don't talk for a long time, your service cutting in and out. Okay, I'll remember that. Chat has a couple more votes. I missed Trevins if he voted. I always miss Trevins though. Alright, cool. I'm done with the graphics. Alright, so Trevin's going Pacers. Alright. So Eric's alone on an island right now with his double down. Westbrook's going Pacers. And chat, do we have chat's picks yet? Still waiting on chat's picks. Chat had a couple more votes left. Tori making all his player X in a Blazers uniform pictures. Yeah, I don't do that. I just take clutch points, honestly. Oh, last round he wanted to go Celtics? Trevin, did you want Celtics last round? Is Trevin even in here? Trevin's not even in here. Alright. So you're saying he wanted to go Celtics? I'm down to make him the Celtics. There, he's Celtics. Reese is alone on an island. Ha! 10-5 Pacers. He's not in stream? Okay. But he gave you his picks? Alright. So Eric is alone on an island with the Bucks, and that is his double down. Last time it worked out for him when he was alone on an island with a double down. We'll see if it works out for him this time. This is game number 8. The pictures down there are updated. This is not. Let me fix it. Bang. Look at that. All right. So Clippers are a 6.5-point favorite. I'm rolling with the Hawks. They've won 8 in a row with Nate McMillan. Clippers haven't been playing the best basketball lately. I will take the Hawks. Reese said he's going to go with the Hawks as well. Eric said he's going to go with the Clippers. That's a very random comment from Eric. Westbrook is going with the Hawks. Oh, is that because you're alone on an island, Eric? I get it. I think. I hope. What was Trevin's pick? We can always flip a coin for Trevin. Motion said your island was gonna sink. Waiting on Trevin, waiting on chat. Jason Tatum just got ruled out due to illness. 9-6 Hawks for chat. Then what was Trevin's? Trevin's going Hawks. So Eric's alone on an island once again. Let's hop back to this one real quick. Jason Tatum has been ruled out with an illness, so if chat's going Celtics, but if, you know, Trevin, Zach, Eric, if you guys want to change your picks, let me know. Trevin says Grizzlies. I guess Trevin is in here. Okay. Westbrook told me Grizzlies, and he told me actually Celtics for you, so. But I know Westbrook's trying his best. We all are, aren't we? All right, double downs. We just got back. Trevin, your double down is the Spurs, according to Reese. According to a source that I can't name. Oh, we don't have the Eric picture. Hold on. There. Bang. So, Reese's double down. Okay, Bucks for Eric. Let me get this filled in here. Bucks for Eric. Trevin's double down, according to Reese's, the Spurs. Reese, in his message, said his double down was also the Spurs. Obviously, let me know if you want it changed, Reese. Chat's double down is Cavs. They voted 13-2 for the Cavs. That game has been going on, but we made those picks right around tip-off time. So who knows if that's a good double down or not. Then we're waiting on Zach's, and I need to make mine. Let me go back through this. I'm not going to double down on a game that's already started. I don't like any of these spreads, honestly. I don't like any of these, honestly. Oh, why is that the Spurs now? Weird. I will double down on the Hawks. Oh, the picture was already the Hawks. Cool. I'm assuming these Spurs logos are tied to like one of Reese's or Trevin's double down, maybe? I don't know. That's strange. I haven't noticed that before. Westbrook's doubling down on Houston. All right. Thank goodness we're done with that segment. Let me just put his double down in here. All right. Westbrook's doubling down on Houston. That is picks against the spread. Once again, here are the records. We'll see how we do today. And then hopefully Monday we're back to, you know, a more efficient process. At least I hope so. So anyway, that's picks against the spread. Rounding up trade stuff because you got the trade deadline in 3 days. Aaron Gordon has officially requested a trade. Reportedly, he wants to play a big role for, get this, a big market. So I already didn't really want the guy. Now I definitely don't really want the guy. There's been a report that the talks between the Magic and the Blazers have dissolved. Doesn't surprise me at all. So the Aaron Gordon dream for a bunch of people seems pretty dead because it doesn't seem like he'd even want to play here because we're Portland, Oregon. We're not New York City. But I've never really been a fan of the guy. So, yeah. I mean, that dream is dead. Let me look it up right now. Lakers are reportedly willing to hear offers on Montrezl Harrell. Of course, that doesn't mean that they're going to trade him or anything. Let's see here. It's being reported that LaMarcus Aldridge is the rumored front runner for LaMarcus Aldridge if he gets bought out is the Miami Heat. So maybe he'll spurn the Trailblazers again. Bunch of people want him to come return. Oh, it'd be such a cool story. You know, we could reunite and be friends again, and we could reunite and be friends again, and we could make everything right. And then he spurns us for the Heat. Watch. And that's why I don't really buy into narratives like that. The feel-good narratives and that type of stuff, I don't really buy in. For an obvious reason. All I've heard is Gordon doesn't want to play in a rebuilding team. I've specifically read that he reportedly wants to play in a big market. So, you don't really have anything legitimate that I'm seeing. Like a lot of this team is interested in this player, but not like this. Nothing like super substantial yet. Did I see Stephen A. Smith saying that Terry Stotts should be fired today? I did watch that. I mean, he did a terrible job of explaining what he was trying to say. James Harden is questionable for Tuesday, by the way. I just read that, tweeted out a minute ago from Fantasy Labs NBA. So, apparently James Harden might not play tomorrow. If James Harden doesn't play, we don't have to deal with any of their big three. That would be a game that we should win. That would usually be very hard. So, if James Harden misses that game, gotta win that one. I'm looking for other trade rumors. There just isn't much substantial out there. What's up, Mike B? Do I think Corey Kispert would fit nice with Portland? I mean, he reminds me of Gary Trent Jr. a bit in terms of his offensive game. He's bigger, though, so he could play the three more easily. So I think he'd be a good fit as just a sharpshooter. He'd be a good fit on most teams. How's everybody's brackets doing, by the way? Since we're on the topic. I need LSU to beat Michigan right now. I don't know what the score of that game is. I'm going to check. Trade questions. I'll take them. If TJ Warren kept ascending without injury, I'd love to trade for him. A lot of teams would love to trade for him. That is the problem. LSU and Michigan, it's a 1-point game at half. I'm going to need LSU to win that game. Ohio didn't get done against Creighton. I had Ohio in the Sweet 16. I was disappointed. The Hawks have expressed interest in Marcus Smart. See, I care more about like who's being rumored to be on the block. You know, like such and such team is looking to trade so and so. Like I like those rumors better than like this team is interested in Marcus Smart. Well, honestly, if I'm the Portland Trailblazers, I'm interested in LeBron James. It doesn't really mean much, but the fact that it's the Hawks are interested in Marcus Smart. I know the Celtics are interested in John Collins, so maybe there's something there. Would I get mad if Neil gets Cam Reddish? It just seems kind of pointless. Uh, Apparently, Spencer Dinwiddie has trade interest, even though he's out for the season. That's interesting. Bogdanovich is a guy I'd look for. Um, but like, I'd only want Bogdanovich if we got John Collins too. I don't know. We'd have to trade Derrick Jones Jr. for Bogdanovich, and I wouldn't want to do that. So I don't know actually. The Blazers are not going to trade for Draymond Green. The Warriors showing interest in Bogdanovich doesn't really make much sense because they'd have to trade one of their wings they already have. And that just seems like shuffling chairs on the deck without really accomplishing much. The Hawks are interested in Lonzo Ball. He'd be interesting there next to Trey. He'd be interesting. Do I think Gary Trent Jr. will sign extension this summer? He will sign something this summer. Like, offer sheet for another team, extension for us, it'll be something. React to the trade I tweeted you in. When did you tweet me a trade? I don't see anything at all in the last, like, hour. And I'm not about to, like, try and, scroll through, my mentions, my notifications to try and find it. Teams are interested in Rashawn Holmes. Rashawn Holmes would be a good get for a lot of teams. Charlotte and Toronto would be good fits for Rashawn Holmes. He's underrated. I've always kind of liked his game. Somebody I'd really love to have is, I don't know, if we trade Gary Trent Jr., I would love DeAnthony Melton as a third guard. I've always been a DeAnthony Melton fan. In our mock offseason, didn't I get crap for signing DeAnthony Melton to a contract as the Spurs? Like, he can't shoot or something, I don't know. Like, you look at him this year, he's shooting 47% from the field, 40% from three, averaging 10 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, and 3 assists in only 20 minutes a game per 36. That is 17 points per game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Plays good defense, very efficient, true shooting percentage of 58%. But that's, 53% inside the arc and 40% from the three-point line. I don't know how it's only 58. Seems like it should be above 60, but yeah, the dude's been one of the most low-key good players. Still not even 23 yet. Just want to say that was a pretty good signing in our mock-off season. Let's just say that for all the people that remember that. A lot of you guys are probably newer than that. We had a mock-off season like a year ago during the initial quarantine period. You just at him, and did you retag it to me, resend it to me? Because you could easily do that. I'm not going to fish through my Twitter to try and find it. I went back 24 hours and I don't see it. You tag it to my Twitter page or the Blazers Uprise Twitter page? Oh, I'm on the Blazers Uprise Twitter page. Never mind. My bad. Okay, yeah, you just... Okay. Oh, yeah, I did see this. I don't really understand it. I don't... Like... Why would the Bulls trade Lauri Markkanen for Zach? The Bulls aren't trading Lauri Markkanen for Zach Collins, Harry Giles, Chris Dunn in 2 seconds. That's nowhere near enough value. And if they're trading Lauri Markkanen, they would probably be trying to get back John Collins, in my opinion. Yeah, the trade is basically Blazers receive John Collins, Bulls receive Zach Collins, Harry Giles, Chris Dunn, and 2 Hawks seconds, and the Hawks receive LaMarcus and Gary Trent Jr. and a 2023 Blazers first. I think that's good value for John Collins for the Hawks, getting Larry, Gary Trent Jr. into first while giving up John Collins, Chris Dunn in 2 seconds. I think that's pretty solid value. I just don't see why it works for the Bulls. Detroit turned down a trade for Marvin Bagley. They were offered Saddiq Bey. I would definitely not trade Saddiq Bey for Marvin Bagley. Yes, Eric Harden is questionable now, so you might see Portland going up against a Nets team without their best 3 players, so hopefully they wouldn't lose that one. I got another trade tag 36 minutes ago. Blazers get Norman Powell and OG Anunoby. Raptors get Derrick Jones Jr., Enes Kanter, and Gary Trent Jr. This doesn't work for a variety of reasons. OG Anunoby is on a poison pill contract, and I don't think the salaries would match. I don't see why Toronto would trade Norman Powell for Gary Trent Jr. and OG Anunoby for Derrick Jones Jr. They wouldn't care for Kanter. I don't even know if Kanter can... well, Toronto's playing in Tampa Bay right now, so he could play there. OG Anunoby is more valuable than Trent. Norman Powell is more valuable than Derrick Jones. So I don't see why that makes much sense for the Raptors. I would love both those guys, but Norman Powell's a guy that, if we don't want to pay Gary Trent Jr., I think honestly trying to flip him for Norman Powell would be smart. Because maybe Toronto, they're struggling. Maybe they want to go younger at that position. Norman Powell's like 27. Gary Trent Jr. is barely 23. So they can go younger. Yeah, they have to pay Gary Trent Jr., but they can go younger with him. Norman Powell's making like $10 million a year over the next 2 years. And he's better right now than Trent. So if the Blazers don't want to pay Trent, Norman Powell makes a ton of sense. Won't we have to pay Norman Powell too? Not in this next offseason, the offseason after next. But you're basically just kicking it down the line. Yeah, what Eric said, play the long game. Does he have a player option? Maybe he does have a player option. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'll look that up right now. If my computer will let me. I think I need to restart it and update it. I think there's updates pending. That's probably why it's being so slow. Come on, computer. He does have a player option that he will likely decline, actually. So, yeah, it would only be 1 year. But I feel like he might... I feel like Trent still might get more than him just because Trent's a lot younger. I don't know what Norman Powell would get this offseason. But he's definitely better than Trent. So if we're trying to, really make a run, then see you later, Shaggy. If we're really trying to make a run, maybe upgrading that position would be smart. Norman Powell's better than Gary Trent Jr. on both ends of the floor. He's wanting 20 mil. Well, I think, okay, Norman Powell, I think, can play the 3 a little bit better than Gary Trent Jr. Gary Trent Jr. is an inch or two taller, but Norman Powell has a long wingspan. He has a 6'11" wingspan. His standing reach, I think, is 8'6.5", which is a little below average for a small forward, but it's fine. Gary Trent Jr. standing reach, let me look it up. I think it's like like a measurement was wrong. But Gary Trent Jr.'s standing reach clocked in at 8'2". He's 6'5" with a 6'9" wingspan. So I don't know. The standing reach at 8'2" seems like something fluky to me, because that's just very insanely short for a guy who's 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan. My standing reach is 8'2", and I'm 6'4" with like a 6'5" wingspan. Reese, weren't you saying he was overrated and I was telling you no, he wasn't? Eric, you only have a standing reach around 8? There's no way. Your standing reach is taller than that. So, like, okay, so in a normal house, ceilings are 8 feet tall. You can't, like, put your palm on the ceiling. Because I could, like, barely put my palm on my ceiling. Meaning, like, this is like 8 feet. So, like, 8, 2.5 would be my standing reach. Dope. LSU is up 6. Let's go. Eric has one of those negative wingspans. Dang, man. That's tragic. Still, I only have a 6'5" wingspan, and I got an 8'2" standing reach. 8'2" ish. Anyway, I want to get out and work a little bit, go to the gym. That's my plan for the rest of the day. Watch some basketball. Watch some March Madness. So I'll take I'll stream for another 5 minutes. I'll take any trade questions or whatnot. Zach Lowe put out that Portland may be looking at Kelly Oubre of Golden State. Why would we want Kelly Oubre? Why? Doesn't make any sense. We'd have to trade Rodney Hood and Derrick Jones Jr. for him. Just no. No, thank you. And we probably have to trade more than that. It just doesn't sound smart. Mike, I saw the footage of your shot you sent me. Solid form. Tori, that's Tragic Jones. Yes, that's me. Who's Chiefin talking about? I don't even know what's going on in chat right now. I don't even know what to talk about. I'm not... Oh, yeah, of course you're saying that, Chief. And yeah, I bet you want him, bro. Is there any reason for us to get Aldridge if Cantor and Nurkic are here? Nope. Aldridge, you do not want at the 4. At the 5, he's not really much better than Cantor, if he is at all. Combined with the fact that he left us and, I don't know, has been known to be a bit of a locker room issue, I don't see the point. I don't know, it sounds like he ends up in Miami if he gets bought out. I honestly think our rotation is going to be no different after the trade deadline. If we get Nurkic back, obviously. But I don't, we might make a move for, a guy at the end of the roster. I don't think, any of our rotation players are getting traded. I honestly don't. I don't think we get a buyout guy. I honestly don't. Austin, yes, I did hear that. Dude was tripping over his words. Couldn't even really understand what he was trying to say. Tor, do you think if we had any other top 10 player, would Stotts even get 5 years to coach his team? I don't know. Hard to say. Saddiq Bey is not on the trade block. Eric typed that right when I said it. He's not. And Michigan came back sick. Do we have a pick this year? Nope. Traded it for Robert Covington. I don't think we trade Hood. We're only trading Hood if we can get something back for him. What are we going to get back that makes it worthwhile trading Hood? I honestly don't think we make a move. Sorry if that's a buzzkill, but it's just my gut feeling. I'll take one more good question. Trade deadline question. Emphasis on good. And then I'm going to log off. Sorry, this stream has been kind of lackluster. Kyle says, Tori, if you could go back to the draft last year, do you still do that trade with Houston for Covington? Or do you keep the pick? Who do you select? Probably would have selected Saddiq Bey if we kept the pick. But if I could go back and do it over again, I would still do that trade for Rocco. If Stotts knew how to coach defense, his acquisition would be more impressive. The problem is Stotts has no idea how to coach defense, so our defense still sucks. So people think maybe we shouldn't have traded for Rocco. Most likely trade for Portland, in your opinion? I don't think any trade is likely for Portland. It's hard to even just pick one. I don't think anything's likely. There's nothing off the top of my head that I'd say, oh, that's the most likely thing they do. I think the most likely thing they do is they don't do a trade. So, anyway, Thursday we'll be live with the trade deadline stream, and then we'll do picks against the spread. At the end of that, that's the plan. That picks against the spread will be around 1. That stream is going to be on the main channel, of course, and then we'll have a post game stream that night on Thursday. We'll have the post game stream tomorrow. So post game stream tomorrow night, Tuesday night, and then trade deadline stream Thursday morning, and then post game stream Thursday night. That is the stream schedule for the next 3 days. We'll see what happens trade deadline-wise. Obviously, we'll focus a lot on the general NBA, but that is one of our big 3 streams of the year. So hopefully you guys can make it in for that trade deadline stream, because our big 3 in terms of streams are the NBA draft, the first day of free agency, and the trade deadline day. Of course, the first day of free agency and the NBA draft are right next to each other, and this one is in the middle of the season. So hopefully you guys make it out. I'm curious to see how well that stream does, and we'll enjoy it. I'll be amped up off some Monster Energy. I'll be ready to go. That'll be fun. Looking forward to it. So I'm gonna go watch the rest of this game. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your nights, and we will reconvene tomorrow, seeing if the Blazers can take care of business against the Brooklyn Nets, a depleted Brooklyn Nets team. Still calling it, says Eric AG, for Trent Hood, Derrick Jones Jr., and a pick. I highly doubt that happens. If that happens, I will die. Actually, I got a feeling they might do some stuff like that, actually. Yeah. I think I tweeted that out. I don't know. Like, I just hope we don't. That's so gross, though. See you later, Chiefin. Yeah, definitely tune in for that trade deadline stream. We will rant if we do that trade. That'll be another epic moment. So hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. I will catch you guys tomorrow night. Eric will be back for that one. So until then, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.